let's welcome Miss Esther to the stage as she gives us or she presents what she has in store for us. Please, Miss Esther, you can come on stage and
Good evening. Hope your day went well. So yeah, I'm trying to set this up. We'll be talking on cyber threat intelligence. So are you guys listening? Am I still? My network is quite bad. It's raining. Collecting, analyzing, interpreting information about potential or current cyber threats to support informed decision and security decisions. It basically helps basically you get to see the signs early. That way an attack gets stopped before it happens, which also helps to save time and costs that would have been invested in reacting to those attacks. And it also answers questions like who is attacking, why are they attacking, what method are they using, and how can we defend against them. CTI turns raw data into actionable insights, and data does not equal intelligence. Intelligence, cyber threat intelligence is when data has been analyzed, contextualized, and it is a decision-ready information. And why does CTI matters? Without CTI, in security, everything will be reactive. So see an alert pop up before anything can be done, and it is going to delay the response time, right? Meaning the team we have to respond after a breach. And with CTI, security becomes proactive. Um, team, the teams anticipate attacks, defenses are adjusted before compromise. Reactive in, sorry. And CTI reduces incident response time. It it reduces financial loss and reputational damage. And we have three major types of cyber threat intelligence. We have the tactical intelligence, the with operational intelligence. It gives um, a detailed report on how an attack happened and how it is done, who did it, and all. It also helps CTI analyst to for tactical intelligence. It's basically explain how attackers operate. That is, it helps security operations with information about threats, actors, malware streams, and it also helps with thorough and fast investigation. Yes, and the third one, which is strategic intelligence, it's it helps management, the top executive and all to make and plan security budget and rules, to know where the organization stands security wise in few years too, and to know what to adopt, maybe new policy or technology. It helps them with to protect organization from future attacks. A certain process needs to be followed, which is it's a step to be followed. And we have the planning, collection, the processing, analysis, dissemination, and feedback. For planning, planning involves what needs to be protected, identifying the gaps in sorry, identifying the gaps in the current intelligence that should be worked on, and finding and how to stop them. Is basically like laying out the plan and laying out what to do and how to go about it. The next stage, which is the second stage, is the collection stage. And collection is collect it can be social media, it can be public websites, um, the company's network logs, they can even talk to experts that can help um, where they missed out information. It can be anywhere as long as it helps in sourcing data. And uh, the next stage is analysis. This is where information is. This is where we use information that has been collected and we verify those information by taking out the relevant and legitimate data that are there, because the processed data will be used to make decisions. This is when you analyze, it's basically asking questions and confirming whether informations you have are actually right. We can I'm trying to check. Sorry, I'm trying to share something. Um, yeah. We can check um for IOCs with um virus data to we are using this particular hash this thing I got from And it was flagged by 67 vendors. I'm sorry, please, I have a question. Whenever this report says 67 out of, like this, it says 67 out of 72 vendors flag this as malicious, right? Is it that the remaining people that didn't get to flag it, like these ones now that says undetected, is it that they were not affected by it, or they don't see it as a malicious information, or what? Or it's just these people that actually flagged it that were affected by it? So did you get my question?
Yes, yes, yes. Also,
Um,
I think it's network. So the thing is, from my own point of view, right? Um, it is just like a particular link passed through each and every one of us company, except for two, and that is like one aspect of it. So if the link actually passes through our own security check and we're able to dictate it, you can say that okay, dictated, and the other companies might just say undetected, or probably there might be no category or no report for it because it did not pass through their server and they can't actually report what doesn't pass through their server. That's one. And two is there is this upgrade that do happen and it is different. Some organizations might be using an updated antivirus software, something like that. So just like the server, if if the antivirus do not also pick it as a malicious site, they also tell us that it is undetected. That's just like um my own view of understanding. But I feel like when also is back, we will also be able to like shed more light. Is the one that needs up. They use it in threat intelligence and everything. Thank you. All right.
okay, thank you.
Okay. Good evening. Yeah. Good evening, my dear. You're doing a wonderful job. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So this is one of the platforms for threat intelligence enrichment, right? Virus Total. And then what you're seeing, just like Sam said, this 67 over 72, right, is just like what do you call it? A threat. They call it threat score, right? So as it is passing different, what do you call it, search engines, some might flag it and some might not flag it, right? They call it confidence of abuse. So you can see that 67 is a high threat score, which shows very serious confidence of abuse. So whenever you see something like this, even though you could see that just two out of 72 URLs or what have you, yes, out of 72 URLs did not flag it, you should know that this is a malicious, what do you call it? This is a malicious URL, or this is a malicious hash value, right? So that's just basically what is going on there. I hope I've been able to make sense, right? Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So whenever we are analyzing stuff like this, we can check the information. We can see that the threat categories is showing ransomware, Trojan, the family label to showing this WannaCry and all. We can also check more details here. The correction time, the forcing time, last submission, last analysis, and all, and the names associated with it too. Yeah, there's a lot of information here depending on what you're looking for. There is these two, the relations. We have behavior too. I think something is wrong. Then, sorry. Okay. And there's another one too we can check out. Why is it now? Is it lagging? So this is weird. Showing, I think it's my network. Okay. So this is another hash. This one has like 11 out of 60 vendors that flagged it. Just because the number is low does not mean it is not malicious too. You can see the threats categories here. That's Trojan, the family labels too, and can check for details too here. Same thing with IP. You can check here for information on IP. I'm coming on IP address. Trying to check. Oh, so you're not sharing this screen. So we can use abuse IPDB to check for information on IP address to using this particular one I pasted here. We can see that just found in this particular database, and the location, the country, the domain name is there, and even the city too. Can check for see the number of times it has been reported to is there. 9,941 times from 733. This thing, the date, the last time it was reported to was 7 months ago. And you can see the categories to hacking, brute force, WhatsApp attack, and all. You can also try to copy another IP address. This one too was reported 10 times. The country is the city. It was last reported a year ago though. Or we can see the categories to DDoS attack, web spam, email spam, brute force. So this analysis stage helps us to know what we are doing, the right information to gather, and which one is relevant or not. Like, it makes us to decide everything we want to do before moving to the next stage, which is dissemination. And basically, right, analysis stage is like looking out for patterns and trends of threats. in the information gathered during the processing stage. And for dissemination, this process involves generating a detailed report on the intelligence that has been gathered so far and sharing it with the right stakeholders. It can be the management, the staffs too. And we have different method of disseminations too. We can by disseminating, I mean communicating with them, right? So you can disseminate through physical reporting. Maybe you're in a meeting, a conference room, then you share what you've gathered with them, or through email, you can give them an update, or through channels like Teams and all, or weekly call too. Can be a Zoom call or Google Meet call. And when disseminating, timing matters too. You can't disseminate something that has had effect already. You're trying to work towards being proactive, and you can't make decisions. Sorry. Okay. Now the next stage is feedback. This is when you get response from the board, your stakeholders on what to do and how to go about it. This life cycle is continuous. It's not a one-time thing. You keep on, whenever there's something to focus on, you keep on using this as a format to make your investigation. And how it works is also like this. First, the company sets goals to decide what information they need, which is the planning process. And next, they collect data from many places like logs, websites, and forums, which is also the collection process. And next, they process the data by cleaning it and organizing it, which is processing. After that, they analyze the information to look for patterns and threats. Then the intelligence is then shared in reports with the right set of people. And finally, the company gets feedback to learn what worked and improve their CTI efforts. And CTI analysts use these platforms to analyze all their information. Not trying to figure out how this group sharing works. We have OpenCTI. OpenCTI is a platform city analysts use a lot. I can't. Okay. So this is the interface. I can't really log in because of what my email looks like, but they use something like this, and MISP too. They use this to analyze. It really helps with timing and everything. Then moving on to using this life cycle. Irrespective of the organization size, right? Using the life cycle when it comes to threat intelligence is very, very essential, and it relies on two methods, which is the intelligence requirements and the resource available. For intelligence requirements, it's majorly focused on the types, which is this the types of cyber threat intelligence to help with the analysis. If the intelligence is focusing on phishing campaign, for example, the focus will be on operational intelligence, which is which helps with ongoing attacks, right? And the focus will help with blocking IOCs with SIMs and EDR tools. It also detects malware signatures and identify patterns of threats. And for if sorry, the intelligence requirements, we are talking about intelligence requirements. It's using the types of cyber threats intelligence, right? If the intelligence requirement is to identify the tactical security controls that will help with identifying iOS files being used as initial access. The technical analysis will be go away. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Lastly, if threat intelligence focus on identifying ransomware trends,
I actually think she has a network issue. So she'll be right back. So she can continue our roundup. So sorry guys for the delay. Sorry, I don't even know what's holding Miss Esther. I don't know what's delaying her right now because she just left the call. I don't know, maybe she got distracted or interrupted or she has network issue. But I'm trying to, please, can you just give her a little minute, maybe like 2 minutes? If she doesn't come back, then we have to call it a day. Unless we have something else to say or have any questions or contribution to whatever she said. I'll be right back. Um, I'm sorry, guys. I had to call her and she's not responding to my calls at the moment. So I'll actually say call this a day. We've heard what Miss Esther had to present to us today. I'm so sorry that it was cut short, and I really hope that next presentation we have something like this won't happen, and we'll have to tackle whatever issue. So everybody should just prepare. For those who haven't presented yet, just prepare your presentation beforehand. Prepare your slides. Prepare your screen time before time, so that you will not have difficulties presenting, and you will not have any issue in anything. Because it's kind of, would I say, kind of disappointing if someone leaves the call or leaves the meeting just like that without any, maybe due to any reason. So just prepare yourself. And we're not going to say it's actually her fault at the moment. Maybe let's say it's a network issue. So I'll try and reach out to her later today and ask her for the slides. Okay, she's back. Okay,
I am
okay.
so sorry.
So,
I am really, really sorry. I'm at home and we have family emergencies and it's affecting my productivity. I am so sorry
okay.
about this break. So it really be okay to continue with the presentation.
So, yeah, we can continue.
I'm really sorry about this.
It's okay.
This is quite unprofessional.
Mm.
Sorry, I'm trying to navigate. Okay. So we are still on intelligence requirement. So lastly, if intelligence focus on identifying ransomware threats or strategic intelligence that will be focused on providing an overview of what's happening in relation to ransomware, it's basically answers questions like what ransomware is emerging, new ransomwares that are emerging, and what vulnerabilities are being exploited right now, or what are the right mode of defense towards that. And the second one, which is resources that are available, sorry, typo, resources available. Resources available are usually what we have at our disposal, right? And it's and if all these things are not in place, it's going to affect the productivity, the reports and the analysis of the whole cyber threat intelligence. And um, the intelligence sources that we have internal sources and external sources. For internal sources, we have uh, firewall logs, the SIMS alerts, the endpoint logs, and we also have external sources, which is dual SIMs. We have dark that it helps with identifying tactics, understanding the techniques, and building detection rules. And we have different tools that we can use, like a lot of tools. The one I showed you guys is relating to virus total. We have open CIT, which I also showed, but I could not navigate it because I don't have the right email to sign in. They don't take regular mail. And MISP2, we have abuse, IPDB, and etc. to different stuff. You can make research about it. And that's thank you. And
Mhm.
if it's any question, guys can.
Okay. Thank you very much, Miss Esther. Please, I want to ask a question. Um, do you have okay, let me not use that. Let me not say it that way. I want to ask this question. Let me say, for instance, according to what you've explained and about cyber threat intelligence, let's say um a security analyst discovers that a ransomware group is targeting maybe banks using phishing emails with a specific type, like attachment type. How can they be able to how can this cyber security analyst or this security analyst discover this stuff, and what are the measures they take when they find out, okay, this is what is going on? There is a ransomware group targeting banks using a particular email that has a particular attachment type. So what do they do to stop this from happening or occurring?
Um, when they analyze stuff like that, they will get list of indicators. They are like indicators of compromise, right? And when they make their research, firstly they have to isolate um that particular stuff and make thorough research. So after getting all the IOCs on it, they can also like um update it on the system they are using, the tools they are using to ensure that something like that does not happen again.
Okay.
And after isolating it, they will make sure they eradicate and stop the attack. I don't know
All
whether I
right.
answer your question.
Okay. Yeah. It's all fine. Thank you very much for the
Well, please,
presentation.
can you give me like a detailed response to that question?
You actually answered it correctly. You actually said updating you can update the firewalls just to avoid the moment you find this security analyst discovers this particular thing or issue occurring, what they can do is update their firewalls. They can block this the IP addresses of this malicious IP addresses that have been sent. What I mean, like these addresses, the addresses of these hackers or attackers or whatever that are trying to target this bank using using phishing emails, and then they find out in the system or the organization where there is vulnerabilities, and then they can patch them up. Answer something
Okay.
like
Thank
that.
you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you very much for the presentation. I don't know if anybody has any question to ask or anything to contribute. So if we don't have anything, Miss Esther, please, you will have to send your slide to the group so that people can look into it. Those are not people that need to understand it better. Maybe they need it. You can send it to the group, and for those who didn't attend the meeting, maybe they need it. So I'm sure they have reasons why they didn't attend the meeting. So it's very
I will
good
do it
to send it
now.
to us. Yeah. Thank you very much. And thank you guys for um attending this meeting today and for encouraging Esther today. I know it's not easy right now, but it gets better. So I really appreciate. Thank you and good night.